at the end of days. The first sign shall appear in the heavens. Justice shall fall upon the world of men. The armies of light and shadow will clash across the fields of eternity. Leah, are you all right, my girl?
It was nothing, Uncle. Just a bad dream. We should be getting you home.
But there's still work to be done. If these translations are correct, the powers of hell could already be on the move. The world must be told of the coming darkness. You do believe me, don't you, Leah? It has begun.
Leave it, Uncle! It's not important!
So there we have it, the intro to Diablo. So let's get going. I'm going to be playing hardcore mode today, which I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's Pema-Death on your character, so it adds a little bit of something extra. So you have to press triangle here for it to be hardcore. So you've got the primary attribute you want to get on all of your gear as well as dexterity if you're playing a demon hunter. Attribute, it says that the same with every character as well, so you can always aim for that on your gear. So demon hunter. Oh, you almost made the same mistake again. Yeah, so you'll have at 1 life at your hero. If you should die, though your deeds will be remembered, you shall not return again. So there's a little bit more at stake. So let's do it. There we go. Okay, let's get going. Now we're going to play an expert as well.
Only the dead reek like this. The fallen star is near.
So this is the starting area. Obviously it's going to start off quite slowly because you have to do a lot of Warcraft as well. You're all starting off with just the basic attacks. X will obviously be that skill here. So we're going to go into this little town that's been under siege by the undead after the fallen star has fallen to earth. Yeah, you can see there's loads of corpses here. They've obviously been fighting a while. And this guard is just a bit rubbish because he's not.
I could get accustomed to that. I have journeyed here to find the fallen star and purge its evil from this land.
It fell on the old cathedral. There was only one survivor, Leah. You should speak with her.
Captain Rumford, more dead are coming.
We can't open the gates until we drive them back.
let's just kill these dudes. So you get a different kind of bonus depending on like XP bonus depending on how hard you play the game. So obviously it adds kind of replay value to the game as well. So yeah, so you can just start leveling up your cooler characters faster, and your level characters faster, and you're not like just grinding. So dodge is quite an important part of the more dexterous characters, like the Demon Hunter, because you don't want to be taking damage, especially later on in the game, because you'll die pretty quickly. So we've also got this R2 skill now, where we throw some sort of dagger, which is quite a significantly more amount of damage.
I've never seen anyone fight like that before. Guards, open the gates. You'll find Leah at the Slaughtered Calf Inn.
Okay, so they've let us in now.
Corpses before they rise again.
You've got town members.
I came here to study the fall of old Tristram.
This guy heals you
The shepherd watches over his flock.
completely. You've got a
So
little
shall I
merchant
care
here as
for
well.
those who seek to protect.
You might want to buy, early on in the game, you might want to buy some gear, just because it makes it a little bit easier to, yeah, especially on the harder levels, to to make it through. Spare me just a second. So you've got your little your flag here, which you can edit by going into here, and as you level up, like you unlock stuff as well. So yeah, you can have a fiddle with that once you've unlocked a few things. This blacksmith shouldn't be here yet, but this is because I've already played. So you'll also end up with a few cool bits and bobs from your. If you've bought this version of the game, you get these infernal pauldrons, which increase your life significantly. I have got a few bits of gear here which I'm going to use just because I want to make it a little bit less likely that I'm going to die whilst doing this video. It's only starter gear, so it's nothing like mega, so it's not going to affect the game too much. Oh. So we will just make sure there's nothing else we can put on just yet. Right, so then go into your gear. This is the inventory. You have individual items which you can just put on. You can dual wield these bows, which is quite cool, and you get some stuff to transmogrify. These rings as well. You can only equip one of those items. Okay, so we want to go in here. You'll see, look down in the bottom left hand corner, my life bar, and how much that's how much extra life that's given you as well. So it really does help you at the beginning of the game. So this is Leah. Let's speak to her.
Leah, is it? Rumford said that you survived the Fallen Star's impact.
I did, but it blasted my uncle Deckard Cain into the depths of the old cathedral. I tried to search for him, but the dead were already rising. I came back here to rally the militia, but watch out! The wounded are turning!
So we've got to help her out and kill these dudes.
This is killing business.
So they're all dead. And then we can speak to Leah again.
The dead will overwhelm us all.
And secure your town.
Thank you. You should speak with Captain Rumford at the gate. He can tell you what to do.
I am going to listen to, just for your benefit, listen to what they're saying as well, so you can get the whole story experience. Don't forget to go in here because you get this book, and there'll be one
She's
of
been
these
under
after
siege
every
for
part.
6 days now. Uncle Deckard is still missing. Captain Rumford and the others are losing hope. I tell them not to lose faith, but if help doesn't arrive soon...
I'm also streaming this on Twitch. The links I'll put in the description, so you can follow live streams and stuff as well if you want. So let's go. I think there's a book in Cain. This is Cain's house, the guy that fell into that burning hole in the ground. And he's got a book here as well. It just explains the story so you know what's going on. You can just rush through it if you
We
want
have
to.
come at last to Tristram's old cathedral. This is where Diablo, Lord of Terror, first corrupted mankind. This is where I may finally find the answers I seek. Leah worries after my safety, but I believe information vital to defeating the last lords of the burning hells can be found here.
So let's speak to Captain Rumford. I really like the storyline, so I try to make sure that I listen to everything, because I played it through the first time with loads of other people, and they just kept skipping everything, and I didn't know what was going on. So, yeah, I like to.
What can I do to help fight the risen dead?
I admire your courage, but Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
Don't worry, I will avenge their deaths.
Well, I have seen you fight. Strike at the wretched mothers and their queen. They're the ones vomiting out these horrors.
They're attacking the barricades!
So you can get some real distance on this character, which is pretty
That's
cool.
one of the wretched mothers. There are more of them in the ruins down the road.
So we've just got a bow, which is a little bit better than what the one we've got at the moment. So, but it is two-handed, so you do have to take that into account, I think, sometimes.
I've become stronger.
Okay. Let's clear all these guys out because you don't want to get swamped. With these shoulder pads, it's pretty hard to die at the beginning, which I think is the point. It's just to get you used to any character you're playing at the beginning of the game. Right, so there are some blue characters. There are some blue bad guys which are harder to kill, and you get better rewards for fighting them as well. So this is a wretched mother here, and she's sick, and
I can bring that down.
and there's extra bad guys as well. So
Not enough hatred.
they take a lot more damage to kill. Okay, cool. So we have got some cool items off of them as well. So it will automatically equip some of the gear, like so I just got some gloves which it just equipped. The short bow does 6 damage, but we're doing 3 damage on that and 3 damage on that, so that is still better actually, so let's get that. And we've got some crap trousers as well, which we've got on. So yeah, so this basement here isn't normally open. It's open if you've already created a character, so you can go in here. I'll just show you what's down here. So there's
I need more hatred to do that.
zombie bad guys in here, but there will be an epic bad guy as well. Not an epic, like a harder bad guy. I don't know the proper term for it. If you guys know the different tiers of bad guys, let me know, and I'll start using it, the right terminology. I am a bit of a Diablo noob. I watched the videos about the previous games, but I've never played them. So we've got a better bow now, which is significantly better than the one we've got. So let's use that. There's also benefits on it, like you get +2 experience per kill as well. So it does magic damage. So you always want to be keeping an eye open for those, because they'll help you out tons at the beginning of the game. See, like even the normal attack now is just killing in 1 or 2 hits. See on the map down here, you see a red dot. That's the wretched mother. So she throws up and creates extra bad guys. So always try to take her out as quickly as you can. It's a big horde here, so you have to be careful. Yeah, those bigger dudes as well. When you kill them, you normally just cut them in half. So always watch your feet because they will
My hatred is too low.
crawl in towards you. So with this character, the
I should get
hatred
accustomed to that.
normally fuels your weapons, and then you've got the other side of it as well, which fuels like your movement spells normally as well. So we've got some extra skills now as well, so I'll show this to you. So this is fire a piercing arrow, that 6 additional enemies, so it bounces between them. We've got this one, which you throw a knife that impales the enemies, and now we've got this one which slows enemies as well, which is probably it is really important because when they get close to you, that's obviously what you don't want. This is another cellar that isn't really open normally.
Not enough hatred.
See, he's at my feet now, so make sure you're killing him.
I need more hatred to do that.
And another chest. What's in here? So we've got another bow, but not as good, and exquisite essence. Let's get up here. Okay, so let's follow the path up. You can go off, and I think there's a dude over here with a book, which gives you some experience.
My hatred is too low.
Sure, it's over here somewhere. Is he up here? It's at the top corner. Maybe we've missed him. I'm sure he was over here somewhere. Maybe not. Maybe it's further up.
Not enough hatred.
Massive horde of them here, so yeah, it says. But you can kind of just snipe them from the distance, which is quite helpful. But you've got a wretched mother here as well, so we would have had to come over here, because don't forget the mission is actually to kill 3 wretched mothers, so.
My hatred is too low.
She will just keep spawning them though, you don't kill her, so.
The task is done. These unholy creatures can rest now.
So rapid fire is the skill that I normally use, so I'm going to change that. So also, in your options, you've got this option called elective mode. If you use that, then you basically can go into your options here and move between these on every button, whereas before, like, you'd only be able to use primary on the X button, and you'd only be able to use secondary on the R2 button. But if you select that, then you can change all of them, which is quite handy, I find, for just moving stuff around. So this is the new skill, which I love. Lets you just take people out quite quickly, which is always quite cool. There's lots of gold down here. There is a chest somewhere as well. I think it's up in the top left. So let's go there. So we've got a nice chest as well, so let's equip that. All good for XP and a little bit of gold, you can never have too much. Oh, there's 2 chests. give you a little bit more of a head start if this is your second character. Okay, let's go and find the Queen, the wretched Queen in the old ruins. So we've got some nice feet as well.
Old Tristram, Diablo's evil still lingers here.
Oh, there she is. That's probably a bit easier than it should have been. So that bow's not as good as what we've got. Have we got anything else? No, and we've had those boots have been equipped. So I'd also recommend to just get the weapons off of all of these, because you can melt them down into...
The king's gone mad. Executing anyone his paranoid eye falls on. None of us are safe.
Yeah, you can melt them down into various crafting materials, which is always handy later on in the game. When you've got spells for your...
That thing must die!
So putting down a trap there to slow them. Dodging, putting down a trap, hiding behind it.
I need more hatred to do that.
Putting down a trap. And it's just sort of rinse and repeat. Get out of the AoEs. There you go. And that's how you do it. Obviously it gets a bit more complex as the game goes on.
Not enough hatred.
And those red orbs heal you as well. So. Yeah, the first time I played it, I totally walked straight into those blue dudes and got my ass handed to me. So do be careful. Okay, I think we've cleared everything. So let's go. Oh, gold. Okay, so let's go back to Captain Romford. Tell him that it's all sorted.
Thank you for your help, but could you talk some sense into Leah? She won't give up on the idea of rescuing her uncle.
Nor should she. I will help her find him. I feel more powerful.
Okay, we got an adventure in Sash of the Hawk, which is not as... I'm going to keep the adventure in Sash, it looks a bit better. Let's just see if we can use any of the other stuff that I've got. No, can't use that. I'll take this out because we can melt it down. Can't use the helm, can't use the chest. Okay, let's take that out anyway. Okay, and don't forget to go in here because there's the history of Tristram.
For many years, villagers were too afraid to settle near the ruins of the cursed town Tristram. But as time went by, adventurers arrived to loot the old cathedral, and their business was profitable enough that new Tristram sprang up to accommodate them. Fewer travelers visit now, though, and the town is mostly populated by craftsmen and farmers.
Oh, she's not put any book here. Maybe I need to speak to her first. Let's just change the gear that we just got. So we want those gloves. We want Like, so you can have a two-handed bow and a quiver, but you can't have a two-handed bow and a single-handed bow. So always keep that in mind, because yeah, you won't be able to yeah, when you're buying gear, because otherwise it'll just be a waste of money. So let's just melt some of this stuff down so I don't fill up my bags. So we want to keep that for later when we're a bit stronger. Let's get rid of all this stuff, we don't need any of it. I'm sorry, I'm doing it quite quickly, but look, you'll see that in the bottom corner I'm getting items every time that I do this. So, and then we can craft various bits of armor later on. So let's speak to her.
Come, let us search for your uncle.
We'll need to open the cathedral first. The guards locked it up before they were ambushed. Rumford told me they fought their way back to Adria's hut. The key must still be there.
So Adria's her mother, by the way, just in case you didn't know. Right, so I think now there's a book that she's dropped. I'm sure there is.
This is my room.
Yeah.
Do you like it? A miracle has happened. A hero, like one out of Uncle Deckard's tales, appeared and saved us. I know in my heart that my uncle still lives. And I pray that the hero will bring him home safely.
You can't sell these items because they're ones you start with, so let's get rid of those. And go back to the old ruins, where she opens the gate.
Let me
for
open
us.
the gate. Adria was my mother, but I don't know much about her. She died when I was very young. Although I'm told he was a great warrior who was lost when Tristram fell to the demons.
So I think she's talking about the heroes, maybe talking about the heroes from the first game, so... Nothing there, let's go... So we're going to go to her mum's old hut. So
Look,
this is what...
a hidden cellar.
This is where the guards fell back to, and obviously look, there's a couple of dead dudes there.
Your mother had her secrets.
People said she was a witch, but I never believed it. Captain Dalton!
There's a health potion there. So you got to dodge out the way of those. Captain Dalton is obviously now a
I need more hatred
zombie.
to do that.
I'd probably recommend when facing him to just circle around this and dodge out the way and kill his ads first, if you're struggling.
Here's the key, and my mother's journal. What I've seen of it is disturbing. I want to know more about her, but that can wait. We need to save Uncle Deckard first.
I will go. Stay here and learn what you can.
Thank you.
Aiden came to me last night. I suspected what was lurking within his troubled heart. I consoled him as best I could. Regardless, wherever he's headed, hell will surely follow in his wake. The shadows close in on Tristram once again. But like Aiden, I'll be gone before they fall.
For a long time, Uncle Deckard avoided coming back to this place. There were a lot of ghosts here for him. This is where Diablo drove old King Leoric mad and terrorized the people. I don't know what really happened here, but whatever it was horrible. Nearly everyone who survived went mad.
How did your mother die?
Well, details are hazy, but I know that Adria was obsessed with chasing the arcane. She knew she could never raise a child.
How did your mother die?
Well, details. Uncle Deckard believes that the madness and horror of her life finally caught up with her.
Okay, so yeah, so you learn a lot more if you talk to them about what you're actually doing. I wouldn't know that Ada was her mother or any of that stuff because I haven't spoken to her. Oh, she must have fast hands. Right, so just one thing I forgot to show you. Right, so with this main skill, then you get runes, which then adds an effect. So this increases any piercing chance of the arrows, so that'll do more damage. And yeah, so we want to say yes to that. Otherwise, your skills, like especially towards end game, if you don't allocate those, are just a bit lame. Okay.
So many dead.
So. When you play this the first time round as well, this will be an instance that you can go down in as well, or just like a little dungeon you can go down in.
The
Okay,
infamous Tristram Cathedral.
My hatred is too
to the
low.
fallen star now.
Okay, so we're going down into the level 1 cathedral. So we've got to find Deckard Cain. Right, so there's some cool things down here.
So this is where the star fell. My quarry must be near.
Yeah, so that's where the star's fallen through the church that you saw at the beginning. So you can use a chandelier like that. If you do that straight away, it kills all of them, but it took too long, so I was showing you what it did. So you can search this whole place, but I'm just going to show you where you need to go. So you just keep the star on your left. Oh, I got a helmet, a hood.
Please kill me. I don't want to change.
Oh, and he does. Oh, I hate these guys. Oh, they've cornered me.
Not enough hatred.
So when those big guys die, they explode, obviously, and loads of little snakes come out, so keep an eye out for those as well. But that's generally, you see what I mean about, like, getting trapped by them as well. Gotta be so careful with those dudes. Maybe it's randomised. I thought that was where I went last time. So you got access to the map by pushing the download button anyway, so always do that. See, that's how you use the traps. I did it right that time. Maybe last time I messed it up a bit. Okay. That gives you your life back. It's not better than the one we've got, so we'll keep the one we've got. I think we're at a dead end. Yeah, traps are incredibly helpful, especially when you got like you can so that later on in the game you can like lead people to them as well, which is really fun. You can run past them, yeah, you can lead people into these massive traps, and then you get like a massive bonus as well. These do double damage. There's some weird mushrooms here.
Mushrooms are quite enormous.
Not sure what those mushrooms do. Might have a look later. Okay, and when you get close enough to your target, you'll get a yellow arrow come up like that. It shows you where you're going. Oops, I missed. Oh, there's some stairs somewhere. Well, there will be. Yeah, this is definitely. These must be randomised because this is completely different to the way I did it last time. Or maybe it's different because
my hatred is too low.
I'm the second character. Who knows? So I'm getting lots of bows, but none of them better than the one that I'm using. Okay, so we're going to save Uncle Deckard now.
Foul minions, stay back! Back! May this ledge hold. The Skeleton King?
The power of the fallen star awakened me, and soon all will suffer as I have suffered. Gods, bring me his bones!
Oh dear, Uncle Deckard's in trouble. Let's help him out.
Cain! I'm here to rescue you!
Help! Help!
Get rid of his henchmen first. Right. Again, take out his ads first, and then you're not going to have anybody chasing you around with him. Just slow him down, and then grind him down. Just grind him down. There you go. And he's down.
Oh, thank you. But why did you risk yourself for me?
Leah asked for my aid. She will be relieved to see you again.
Oh, it is wonderful to hear that Leah is well. I feared the worst. I learned of this secret passage through old maps I found.
We're going to go outside.
We must discuss the fallen star.
Go back to Tristram with him.
I promised Leah that I would save her uncle, Deckard Cain. When I found him, he was facing the Skeleton King. And now this abomination blocks my path to the fallen star.
Okay, let's have a look.
Uncle, you're alive!
Thanks to you and your friend here.
I have but one request of you. What do you know of the fallen star?
Not much, I'm afraid, though the prophecy of the end days surely points to it as a sign that the end has begun.
Please, Uncle, not more of your stories. All that matters now is that you're back.
Oh, he's a cheery fellow, isn't he?
The Skeleton King was once our beloved lord, Leoric. He was driven mad by Diablo's evil. He lost both of his sons and his very soul before he was finally defeated. Now it seems he's risen to plague this land once again.
A tragic story, but I cannot reach the fallen star until I face him.
The key to defeating him lies in his old crown. Seek out our blacksmith, Hadrig. He knows of its whereabouts. Leah, you should not dismiss the signs so lightly. Do you not believe the evidence of your own eyes?
Horrors have visited Tristram before, and it endured.
But what of the texts? The Zakarum tomes warn of a falling star.
Oh, let's have a look.
Spoke of the dead rising and the Lord of Lies. The prophecy of the end days says that at the end of all things, the first sign shall appear in the heavens.
Yes, you've been telling me about the texts since I was 8 years old, Uncle. I just don't think we should read too much into them.
Okay, let's put some of this other gear on. Just, I know it's probably a little bit of a cheat to do this, but I did build up a character to this point before, so I'm just using the gear that I had already got at that point. So, but I just wanted to show you guys the whole game from the beginning, really. So, with the story and everything. So, and I was at that point where it still didn't affect the game too much. So there you go. Let's just get rid of some of the other stuff, salvage some of this crap, because otherwise we'll end up running out of space. Okay. Right, let's go and find the blacksmith. Oh, before we do that, just quickly go and get her diary again. Don't have to do this all the time when you leave here.
Uncle Deckard is home, rescued from the clutches of the Skeleton King. I'm so glad. But the Skeleton King, I thought he was a folktale. The idea of Mad King Leoric returning to torture this place. Hasn't Tristram suffered enough?
And Cain... No, he's not put his other diary there yet. But he will, he will. Let's just get the story from them before we continue.
I am the last of the Horodrim. I couldn't always claim this. In fact, if I had turned to the Horodric teachings sooner, Diablo could have been stopped before his reign of terror began.
You can't blame yourself.
When the first signs appeared, I did nothing. I had shrugged the old tales off like they were so much fantasy, and Tristram, no, the world, has paid dearly for my arrogance. I have tried to make up for my failings. Leah and I have spent her lifetime scouring the world, collecting pieces of the prophecy of the end days. If I can decipher it, we will have the key to defeating the Lords of Hell.
You and Leah seem very close.
I do not know what my life would have been like had I not raised her. Oh, it must have been difficult for Leah, following an old man on a mad search for the secrets to defeating the Lords of the Burning Hells. But though she has seen her share of mysterious things, she is still unsure of my quest. I can understand. She has never seen anything like Diablo and his brothers. The prophecy of the end days is contained within the Herodric tomes I inherited from my ancestor, Jared Kane. It is a warning to those who could interpret it regarding Hell's ultimate invasion of our world, written by many different people throughout history, in many different lands. All known versions of the prophecy are incomplete. I have spent a good part of the past 20 years trying to complete it. I am certain it holds the answers to defeating the Lords of Hell.
Leoric was driven mad by Diablo.
Leoric resisted Diablo's attempts to possess him, but the effort left him weak and confused. When his son Albrecht was kidnapped to be a vessel for Diablo, it destroyed any sanity Leoric had left.
What did Leoric do as the Skeleton King?
He commanded an army of the dead deep within the cathedral, finally serving the Lord of Terror he had resisted while alive. Many adventurers tried and failed to slay the Skeleton King. It was left to Leoric's eldest son, Aiden, to finally kill the monster his father had become.
You get to see loads of that later on, which is pretty cool.
From place to place with Uncle Deckard, while he did his crazy research.
What does your uncle seek?
He's convinced that the forces of hell will invade our world and bring about the end times. All these years, he's still searching for a way to stop this apocalypse. She wasn't from Tristram originally. She came here during the Troubles. She was in search of something, but I'm not sure what. She reminds me of Uncle Deckard, obsessed with the war between angels and demons.
Interesting. This dude just tells you about brawling mode as well, where you can fight other players.
Fighting each other in an area near here. Want to go? Oh, and you didn't hear about it from me.
We don't want to go, but...
Afraid of damaging your armor or weapons? That won't happen over there. In fact, no one even dies. Disappointing, really.
Okay. We got more merchants here now. This is where your enchanter will be later.
Did you hear? Old Rumford has us.
And then you've got, this is where the gem dude will be later as well, once you find him.
Blacksmith, Deckard Kane said you could help me find the crown of Leoric.
Not now. That's my wife. She's locked in the cellar like all those who've been bitten. I'm to put them all down. But how can I kill my own wife?
Sometimes death is the only mercy we have left. I will help you.
Thank you.
So we'll kill your wife for you. No worries, dude. Okay, so we go down here. And just...
Hi, friends. I'm sorry.
Sorrow won't save your town, Blacksmith. I need more hatred to do that.
So I'm using a two-handed crossbow now. There's his wife stood over there. Just gonna wait for my hatred to build back up.
Miller,
she is an epic boss.
Forgive me.
Hedrick! Help me!
Bless him. Bless his little cotton socks. Oh, no, there you go. You're given a warning that she's going to do that attack via the ground, so just keep an eye out for it and dodge. There you go. And she's dead.
I couldn't have done this without you. I'm in your debt. My name is Hedrig Aemon.
There is one favor I must ask of you. Do you know where Leoric's crown is?
I can help you there. It's buried with his Chancellor, my grandfather. You'll find his tomb in a cemetery in the Weeping Hollow. And if you see my fool apprentice out there, tell him to get back to town.
So we've just got a new skill as well, which lets you teleport like that, which is pretty cool. It's really good for getting yourself out of dangerous situations as well. I think you get swamped here at the beginning as well, so you've got to be careful. Just a process of clearing these dudes out, which is a bit of a pain, but got to be done. We build up some really nice kill bonuses as well, which... So if we let him follow us... Oh no, I was trying to keep the kill counter going, but I failed miserably. So if you just edge your way around here, you can kind of clear people out without too much risk.
Sweet revenge!
So I think most of this is about how you combine all this stuff as well. So you know, like shooting, putting down a slow trap, and then teleporting away as well. It's always quite helpful. See, teleport away, and then do some damage. Slow, teleport away, do some damage. Especially with the lighter characters, you definitely don't want to be just standing there taking damage. It's not the best idea. Especially when you can be just picking them off before anybody else notices that you're doing damage. Okay. This is a blacksmith's apprentice somewhere, maybe. It might be random as well because he's never in the same place.
I am too late.
Oh, there he
The
is.
blacksmith's apprentice is dead. I must let Hadrid know when I can.
You always want to make sure you're getting these treasure pygmies. They drop loads of cool stuff. Like that little bit there. Just see if anything he drops is better than what we've got. They do more damage. 6 to 33, 2 attack speed, 1 life per second. Yeah, let's do that one. They're not better than what I've got. What about my legs? No, the legs aren't better either. Oh, I can wear that helm now as well, which doesn't look as cool, but it will do. Right, so we're trying to find the entrance. So we're just kind of grinding our way up here at the moment. It's slow moving, I know, sorry, but I am only level 9. Yeah, again, take out those witches as quickly as you can, or you end up with a whole bloody horde of... Yes, a whole horde of bad guys, which you don't want really.
I have more control now.
Hells yes, level 10, and we've got a passive slot now as well, which I'll show you in a second. So passive are just spells that help you out, and you get all of these in the end. I haven't looked through these yet, but you've got whenever you vault, smoke screen, or backflip with evasive fire, you can gain 6% movement speed for 2 seconds. That's not going to help me, so I'm going to do this one. Every 6 seconds, your next skill has next skill that costs H's will immobilize all enemies hit for 2 seconds, which can be really helpful. Get double damage. Kill these mother hunters.
Awaits you!
In the eastern kingdom of Kyrgyzstan, I heard rumors of Zakharum warriors called Crusaders. While the natives were most reticent, I was able to deduce that this order was founded 200 years ago, just as Rakis took his army of paladins west. But these Crusaders went east on a very different mission.
That's why sometimes it's worth exploring, because you can find out loads of really cool stuff about the game. Like, it's telling you about the Crusaders now, who are... I think that they were only brought in on Reaver of Souls, but I'm not sure, because obviously I've got everything with the PlayStation version, whereas some people have been playing this for quite a while on the PC. Kill her. Oh, I've come too far over to the left. Yeah, if you can... if you want to like and subscribe to the channel and to my Twitch as well, I will be doing loads of new games like Destiny, World of Warcraft, all those sorts of games. I've got a list on my Twitch of all the new games I've got on order as well, so if you want to see those, feel free to like and subscribe. That would be very cool and very much appreciated. And any questions you've got, feel free to leave them in the comments or send me a message on Twitch. Right, so here you've got three different crypts you can go into. It does change each time which one is the right one, so because I've done it 3 times now and it's been different every time. Sometimes, well, in one of these crypts there is a really hard team of bad guys as well, so be careful. And there's also some gold goblins as well in these, both times I've been, so.
Sweet revenge!
That's why you need to be extra quick at killing those. You almost saw it there, like killing those witches, is because they just constantly like spit out those bad guys. You know, with a massive horde to fight. Which, you know, when you've got some of the harder bad guys, it's really, really difficult.
Time for that creature to die.
Oh fuck. I've never faced a brigand in here before, which is quite cool. Oh, he's dropping poison. The plagued minions. Coming back after me? Yeah, there he is. Come on. One down. Tarask, what was that? Worm something his name was, which he's got so many things with him. Okay. And he's dead. And I didn't get anything good drop. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, there's a book. Double damage.
My studies indicate that a high-level cleric of the Zakarum named Akan began to sense the corruption that was eating away at the heart of his faith. He knew this corruption would eventually destroy his beloved church, and that he must take action. After much prayer, Akan hit upon the idea of an order of Crusaders.
I see more info about the Crusaders, which is cool. Weird little demon baby, so it's freaking out. Oh. got some blues now. Not so hard after the one we've just taken out. Oh, they're knockback and they're long range, brilliant. And he's dead. Right, let's just see if any of that stuff I've got is any good. Oh, so that shoot fire arrows reduce the hatred cost. Ooh, that will help us a great deal. Okay, are any of these any good? We'll check once they've got an extra little benefit on them as well. Oh, so hold on, another room here.
Your fear betrays you!
That room was quite well protected. Is there anything up here? No. Nope. I think it's just a way to skip past a few of the bad guys. Nobody leaves here alive. We got run that down here. Oh. Yeah, anything better than what we got? Those breaches. No. They are. What's the benefits there? No, I'm going to keep the dexterity ones. Right, cool. They're the only thing that's better at the moment. And that's a dead end, so let's go down here. Blimey. There's quite a few of them all in one place, wasn't there? What have we got then? Down these stairs. On my other character I played the Crusader, so I just used to run him right into the middle of all the bad guys and just like absolutely ruining them. But obviously this is a completely different experience, so I would totally recommend that if you are playing this, that you do, build up your main character, get your Paragon levels going, because that you can use those on every character, Oh look, I picked the right one the first time. Yeah.
I have a feeling that the crown is nearby.
So with those Paragon levels, they transfer, but they won't transfer from hardcore to normal. So do a normal character first, and then do hardcore after. Because if your hardcore character dies, you're basically screwed. Because I'm not sure what happens, whether they let you restart the character with all your gear, or do you lose everything? I'll look into that and I'll let you know. Yeah, I see. I've done that on a few different characters, and with a monk, it's really, really hard. With this chick, it's really easy, obviously, as you just saw. With a Crusader, because you're getting in quite close, it's really difficult. Again, these are the same as the puking lady. You've got to kill that maybe the mage or the Necromancer as quickly as possible. Otherwise, he just keeps spawning them, and also he teleports them towards you, which is no fun when you're ranged. So that teleports them towards you. So kill him first, then take them out if you can. Sometimes you just have to just start shooting the shit out of them, because otherwise you can't get to him if you'll run away.
I will not allow you to bring that monster Leoric back to this world.
The blacksmith in this game gets such a raw deal. Like his uncle is this dude, the Chancellor, who was protecting the crown, and he tries to kill you.
I feel more
his
powerful.
wife dies. There's loads of really bad shit happens to him in this game. I feel really sorry for him. That chest isn't better. That head isn't better. Those gloves better. What's the benefits on this? Oh yeah, always have a look at the benefits. So you've got 22 attack speed. I'm not sure that the benefits are outweighed on those, so I'm going to keep what I've got. Got the crown, and then we get the portal now, which you can use the D-pad to.
I am returning to town.
Right on the D-pad, and it takes you back to town. There you go, and we're back. So, speak to this dude over here.
You found the crown. Truth be told, I didn't think you'd make it back alive. Ah, it needs repair. Should be no problem. It's good to work again. There. New as the day it was placed upon the Black King's head. I need something more than making spades to occupy my mind. I want my life to mean something.
Then we are allies. Each weapon you forge for me shall serve to purify these lands. One more thing. Your apprentice is dead.
Fool boy. Hope for the worst and you will not be disappointed. Thank you for the news.
Adventuring crossbow. Right, I'm just going to salvage some of this crap. Oh, I've got some nice bracelets actually. I'm going to change those. Oh, oops. I'll put those. Have you got anything else that's nice? No, I've got the best boots on. I've got the best bow. Yep, so. Let's just see now if we can make any cool gear. We've already got that. We've got a pretty decent one there. We've got the epic shoulders. We've got those gloves. There you go. Breeches are cool. Boots are cool. I wish train him. Journeyman's leather quiver. What do you want to do? And he's raised up to level 2 now, so let's see what we need for a quiver.
Tell me about your grandfather. the Chancellor?
Not much to tell. I lived with my father in Chaldeum at the time. We heard that my grandfather stayed in Tristram until the end, trying to save lives. Don't know if he succeeded, but there it is. When the Skeleton King fell, my grandfather was dying from a sword wound. He had the crown sealed with him to keep it safe.
A brave deed. It is good to know that there was one sane man among the mad.
So that's what's happened to his
It is
uncle.
good to see you back at the forge, blacksmith.
Work needs doing. No one is going to do it for me.
That is very true, but we also need people to fight.
No, this is my trade, and I'm the best. I'll make you the weapons you need to kill every last demon you see. Deal?
Yeah, so there you have it.
My dearest Heydrich, do not feel despair, my love. You did everything you could. Our time together meant more than words can say. But in the end, fate is a cruel mistress. Your strength is needed to end the horrors that beset this world. My final wish is that you find your path. Love.
I wish that Leia could live a different life, a more normal life. But alas, such is not her fate. When I pass, there is none but her to continue my work, and the future of this world hangs in the balance.
Oh, she's not done hers yet. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, so also you can use this portal to get back to where you just were.
To reach the Skeleton King.
At last. With it, you can unlock the sealed door in the room where you rescued me and enter the royal crypts. When you find the Skeleton King, place the crown atop his head and destroy him.
When he is destroyed, I shall finally reach the star.
Okay. Right, I'm going to leave it there for the moment, and I will continue into the Skeleton King's crypt next time. So, yep. Yeah, follow and like if you want to see more, and yeah, you'll see the next installment as soon as. Alright, Random Hero, signing off.